Is my screen visible to everyone? Are you all able to see my screen? Okay, so yesterday we have seen functioning of DC motor. Okay, means what DC motor is and how we can control it by varying the voltage to control the speed, and how we can control the direction of rotation, or in which direction it is going to rotate by just changing the polarity of the terminals of DC motor. Okay, and we saw that we used a circuit known as H-bridge circuit, and it is basically composed of 4 switches connected to the motor terminals in a H-shaped pattern. Okay, and one of the ends of the switches through the switches is connected to the VCC, means to the positive supply of the battery, and the other to the negative supply of the battery or ground. Okay, so when switch 1 and 4 are close together, the current flows from this end to this end. Okay, means this particular terminal is at positive potential and this one is at negative potential. Okay, and if switch 2 and 3 are open close together and these two remain open, okay, so the current flows from this end to this end, means this particular terminal is at positive potential and this is at negative potential. Okay, so in both the cases the motor will run but in opposite direction. So if it is running in anti-clockwise direction when connecting to, means closing this switch 1 and 4, in the other case means when you close switch 2 and 3 together, it will start rotating in the clockwise direction. Okay, so this is the functioning of H-bridge, and I told you yesterday that you can make this circuit yourself also just by adding 4 switches. Okay, or otherwise you can use specific ICs which have been designed for this purpose, which are known as motor driver IC. Okay, so one of those ICs, one of the common ICs, the motor driver IC is the L293D IC. So has anyone studied about this or has seen this IC, have used this IC earlier? किसी ने देखा है पहले इसको, इस IC को? Has anyone used it? Maybe you have done it in your line follower circuits and all. Okay, okay, so no one has used up till now. Okay, no issues. Fine. So basically this IC stands for integrated circuit, means certain circuits are integrated inside it, means using VLSI fabrication technique. IC package, okay, and it is available in a IC packaging like a DIP package, like a dual inline package, a black colored package you must have seen. There are so many ICs, okay, like you may have used the op-amp IC and some other ICs similar to that. Okay, so that the packaging remains same. Okay, so L293D also comes in the same kind of packaging. Okay, it has 16 pins, you can see here. This is the pin configuration of the L293D IC, and L293D is basically the motor driver IC. Okay, so to drive the motor, we have this motor driver circuit, H-bridge. Okay, and we have IC which is the motor driver IC. Fine, and it consists of, basically it consists of 2 H-bridge circuits. That means you can connect, it consists of 2 H-bridge circuits, okay, on the same IC. So at a time you can connect 2 motors and control them using the same IC. Is that clear? Is that line clear to everyone? Did you understand what I mean to say here? Yes. So you can you can control two motors simultaneously using the L29 3D IC. Okay. So basically, it has two H-bridge circuits. You saw yesterday we discussed about the motor driver circuit, which is the H-bridge circuit, how it controls the functioning of the motor. Okay. So in this particular IC, when we use this IC, we can control two motors simultaneously. So it is a very good choice when you are making robotics projects, small robotics projects like the line follower robot, okay, or the Bluetooth controlled robot. So we make small vehicles which are controlled through programming by the microcontroller. Okay, so this particular IC is generally used to make the motor driver circuit of these robots. Okay, so these are some of the projects, or you can say models you can make using this IC and programming using the Arduino Arduino or any microcontroller also you can use, no issues. Okay, so let us see the pin configuration and understand what pins are available to us in this IC. So this is a 16 pin IC, as you can see. So 1 to 8 pins are on one side, that is the left hand side. Okay, and to the right hand side we have 9 to 16 pins. Okay, so 1 to 8, 9 to 16. Okay, so does everyone understands or knows that how to count the pin numbers of the IC? Does everyone knows this? How to, if you have a IC IC package, how you can count the pins? Means from which end you will start, how you will identify that which one is the first pin, which one is the second, and so on. Everyone knows that? Okay, yes. So okay, I'll show you package. Okay. Yeah. Here you can see that there is a notch. Okay, this is a U-shaped notch, you can see. Okay, and you start from the left hand side of the notch. That is going to be your first pin. Okay, and you can go down counting to the 8th, means the last pin. That will be the last in the this you can say side, the left side, and then you can move to the other side from bottom to 1 to 8 pins are here, and 9 onwards 16 pin are to this side of this IC. Is that okay? Okay, so now you can see generally you have this notch on the ICs. In some of the ICs you will see a dot also indicating that this is the first pin. It is not available here, but in some other ICs like in the microcontroller IC you may find a dot also representing that this is going to be the first pin. Okay, so this is how you can see or understand which pin is the first and which one is the last, and from which side you need to start counting the pin number. Okay, so the L29 3D, it has these 16 pins. So this is your first pin. So if you see this IC, basically you have the two, as I told you, there are two H-bridge circuit or the motor driver circuits, one to the left hand side and one to the right hand side. Okay, so you can see here similar kind of pin configuration in the both sides. Okay, so this is pin number 1, enable pin. Okay, so this will enable this side, means the left side of this IC. Okay, means enabling means turning this pin high. You can connect one motor to this IC to the left hand side. Okay, so you have pins to make the connections to the microcontroller as well as the motor. Okay, because if you see, let me make a block diagram to make you understand that what actually is going on. So see, this is your microcontroller. This is the microcontroller here. Okay, and the microcontroller is connected to the L293D IC, the motor driver IC, and to the motor terminals. So this is controlling the motor. Okay, so let me make both the motors. Just a representative diagram it is. So yeah, so these are the two motors. Okay, so what happens, you give instructions, you have to make connections. Okay, you have to make connections between microcontroller and this motor driver IC. Okay, through which you will send the motor driver IC, that which motor is to be stopped, which motor is to be turned on, or which direction it has to be moved. So those instructions, those commands are given from microcontroller to the IC. Okay, and which is further propagated, which is further sent down to the motors. Okay, which is further sent down to the two motors. Okay, so the left part of this L293D IC can be connected to one of the motors, and the right part to the other motors to control them properly. Okay, so what is the reason that we are using this IC? Can anyone tell me that what is the reason we are using the IC? Why aren't we simply connecting it to the microcontroller? Okay, can anyone tell me? Because you have seen that the motor has two terminals. Yeah, but that we can do using the microcontroller only, because ultimately we have to program the microcontroller, and whatever voltage signals we are giving to the motor, it is generated from the microcontroller itself. Means some kind of signal is generated from microcontroller itself, and accordingly only the motor is going to move. Okay, so why aren't we directly connecting it to the microcontroller? And what is the need of this motor driver IC? Can anyone guess it, or can anyone just if you know, you can just let me know. Okay, you can also turn on your mic and speak up if you know the answer, or if you want to just tell what you think, you can just turn on your mic and speak up, any one of you. Yeah, Amit, what do you want to say? I didn't understand, but with program. Amit, you can speak up. I didn't understand what did you say, means what that line meant, what you have written to me in the chat box. So you can just turn. Can you please just turn on your mic and speak up?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Amit. Yes, Amit.
So, sir, if we want to control the motor with the help of programming, then we are using this
So
microprocessor.
the program is written in microcontroller.
L293D IC.
Yeah, but the program, that is what my question is, because the programming is in the microcontroller itself. So we can directly control, means the microcontroller only you are deciding that which terminal is to be given a high voltage, and which terminal is to be grounded. Okay, because you will see here that microcontroller will also have these two pins. Okay, on one pin you will be sending a high. Yes. So what is the need of L293D here? Why didn't we directly instead of having this in between, we would have directly connected it to the motors. Okay, the pins of the microcontroller could have been directly connected to the motors, but we are not doing so. We are doing it through this IC. So that is what my question is. So if you have any answers, or if you can guess it, so you can just speak up. Okay.
No, sir, don't know.
Okay, anyone else would like to tell me, would like to make a guess? Okay, so I think no one knows that. So basically, the reason is, one of the reasons is that the current which is available at the microcontroller pins, okay, the current is very small, means it is not that much you can say that much power is not generated, which can be able to directly run the motors. Okay, means because you will be connecting it to one of the digital pins. The motor is going to be connected to one of the digital pins. So the current available at those pins, digital pins, is not sufficient enough to drive the motors to their full potential. Maybe you can get some movement over there, but it is not sufficient enough. Okay, so it also acts as a kind of amplifier. You can assume it to be in that fashion. Okay, that it acts as a kind of amplifier which just amplifies the current over it. Okay, and provides the required current to drive the motor. Okay, so whatever current the motor requires, L293D is able to provide that much of current. Okay, and voltage also, because we have in L293D, you will see that there is an additional supply to provide the motor with sufficient voltage. Okay, so that is also one of the factors, because microcontroller just gives you a 5 volt at its digital pins. Okay, at the output pin, if you declare it to be an output, you will get a 5 volt voltage. That is not sufficient enough to drive all the DC motors. So we have a separate supply. Okay, a separate VSS pin on L293D. You can see here. See this 8 number pin on L293D. If you can see. Okay, so this is the motor supply pin, and here we connect a separate supply for the motor. Okay, a separate voltage supply. Maybe you can connect a battery over here of 9 volt, and means whatever is the rating of the motor accordingly to the pin number 8. So this supply is then this particular voltage. The voltage at this pin is then given to the motors. Is that clear now? What is the use of this L293D? So because of the different kinds of current and voltage requirement of the device, of the motor, okay, which is not which our microcontroller itself by itself is not able to provide, we have to use this device in between. Is that clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Yeah, fine. So let us now discuss the pin diagrams. So we have enable pin, which will enable these side pins. Okay, input 1 at pin number 2, output 1 at pin number 3, ground pins at 4 and 5, output 2 at pin number 6, input 2 at pin number 7, and VSS motor supply at pin number 8. Okay, so input 1 and output 1. Okay, so what is the input to this L293D? If you see this block diagram, what is going to be the input to this L293D? Can anyone tell me? Where is this input coming from? From this block diagram, where is this input coming from? Can anyone tell me? From the microcontroller, obviously, yeah, that's right. From the microcontroller, input to this L293D from the microcontroller. We can understand from this pin diagram that this is going to be connected. Okay, the input 1 and input 2. As I told you, that this part is for controlling motor 1. Okay, so for each motor to be driven, there will be 2 pins controlling that. Okay, which way it is to be driven. Okay, and at what speed. So this is to be controlled by 2 pins from the microcontroller. Means 2 digital pins will be connected to control 1 motor. That is what I'm trying to tell. Okay, so that is why it is input 1 and input 2. Okay, so these will be connected to 2 different digital pins of the microcontroller or the Arduino. Okay, Arduino here, yeah. And similarly, you have 2 output pins also. So obviously, your motor consists of 2 terminals, isn't it? The motor has 2 terminals now. So output 1 will be connected to one of the terminals of the motor and to the other terminal of the motor. Okay, and through the program, you can just put in or you can just define that which of these output terminals, means which of these output 1 or output pin, means among output 1 and output 2, which is going to be the positive one, means on which you'll be sending a high signal, and which is going to be the ground one, on which you'll be sending a low signal. Is that clear? Is that clear to everyone? Just let me know if it is clear to everyone. Just type a yes in the chat box. Everyone, please. Yes. So in pin configuration format, we can just extend this same block diagram. Let us assume that this is our Arduino. Let's see. Let's say that it is our Arduino Uno. Okay, and we have digital pins here in the Arduino. Okay, so let's say this is pin number let's say this is pin number 11. This is pin number 12. Okay, and this is pin number 12, 11. Let's say this is pin number 10, and this is pin number 9. Okay, and this is your L293D. This is your L293D IC, and it has pin number 2, which is the input pin actually. Okay, you can see from the diagram, it is input 1. The pin number 2 is input 1. Pin number 7 is input 2. So I'm just making these pins here. So this is, let's say, pin number 7. Okay, so you know that this particular part, the left part drives one motor and the right part drives the second motor. So for one motor, for the one of the motors, let's say motor 1, okay, we have to connect it to the 2 digital pins. Okay, so the inputs are coming from the microcontroller. Okay, so we connect the microcontroller, 2 pins of the microcontroller. Let us assume that the pin numbers are 12, 11 here. Okay, so digital pin number 12 and digital pin number 11 of the microcontroller are connected to pin number 2 and pin number 7 of the L293D IC. Is that clear? Is that clear to everyone? The connections? Okay, and now coming to the output part. So we have this motor. Let us draw this motor again. Okay, let us draw this motor and bring this diagram a little bit downwards here. Yeah, so yeah, here let it be here, and bring the motor here as well. Okay, so this is your motor. This is your motor, one of the motors. Let's say this is the motor 1 here, motor 1. Okay, and it has 2 terminals, as you have already seen. One is the means one you can make a positive terminal, one you can make a negative terminal, either one of them. Okay, so this is going to be connected to output 1 and output 2. So that is pin number 3 and 6, isn't it? If you see the pin diagram, so the output pin, your output pin for the left part of this IC, that is coming from pin number 3 and 6. Okay, so what you will do, you will connect the output pins here. Okay, yeah, so this is pin number 7, and this particular terminal is connected to the output, means output pin of the L293D, that is pin number 3. Okay, let me just write these pin configurations here, pin numbers here, 3 and 6. So this is going to be your hardware connection for controlling one of the motors. Okay, everyone understood? Is it clear to everyone? Yeah. So when you have to drive this motor, what do you have to do? What do you have to do to drive this motor? You have 2 inputs from here. So obviously, one input is to be kept on high, okay, and one is to be kept on low. So whatever signal you are giving from here, means if you are keeping in one high, in one as high, okay, and in 2 as low. So the same signal, same is propagated to the output pin. So your out will also be, out 1 will also be high, and out 2 will be correspondingly, it will be at the low potential. Okay, so high means 5 volt and low means ground. You already know that. Okay, so Obviously, at let's say this is if we go back to the pin diagram, so this is your output 1. Okay, so we are keeping here output 1 as high. Okay, so pin number 3 is connected to out 1. That is, means out 1 is pin number 3. This is connected to this term. Means at this particular terminal you will get a high potential. Okay, and to pin number 6, that is your out 2, you will get a ground potential or negative potential also, you can represent it as. Okay, so you will get a motion here. You know that when the terminals of the motor are at different potentials, you will get a motion over there. Okay, likewise, if you just turn the values of signal at in1 and in2, okay, if you turn it to low and this to high, so the polarity will just reverse and you will get a opposite motion what you were getting earlier. So is the functioning clear of this IC? Means the complete interfacing right from Arduino till the motor, how the signal is being propagated, how the motor is being driven. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, great. So I expect you to just write a program. Okay, just write a program to just run this motor for 1 seconds or 2 seconds, whatever you wish, and stop it and turn it in the other direction for another 2 seconds. Is it possible for you to write the program? Okay, you can use the Tinkercad also to make the circuit and see yourself as well how the things are working. Okay. Is it clear to everyone the discussion we had up till now, or anyone is having any problem in understanding? If anyone is having any problem, you can ask me. I'll tell you again. No issues on that. So I hope that everyone has understood, and I assume that. Okay. Okay. In the meantime, let us make a means. Meantime, you are writing the program. Let's make a truth table. This table kind of thing. All the values. Okay. Okay. Now this is one motor. Similarly, you can have the connections for the second motor. Okay. And obviously, you have to make some additional connections also apart from these connections which I have told you. You have to make some other connections, like for VSS you have to provide battery at pin number 8. 9-volt battery will be sufficient. Okay, and then also to turn on this IC first of all. Okay, because every IC has a VCC and ground pin through which it gets its power. Okay, so you need to connect the VCC pin, which is the pin number 16, last pin of this IC, to a 5-volt. Obviously, you can use the 5-volt supply there on the board. I know board. Okay, and you can use these ground pins. You have actually 4 ground pins over here on this IC. So you can connect any of these ground pin to the ground available on the Arduino. Okay, so this will power on this L29 3D IC, means or this will turn on this L29 3D IC. Okay. Then similarly, as we have seen on the left hand side, on the right hand side, you have input 3 and input 4, to which you will connect the microcontroller pins, okay, to drive the second motor, and output 3 and output 4 at pin number 11 and 14 respectively to connect your motors terminals. Okay, and ground pins are there. You need to put ground pins to the you have to provide them the 0 potential or ground potential over here. Okay, and enable 3-4 is also there, which will enable this part of the IC. Okay, so this also needs to be connected to the positive potential. Okay, means to 5-volt. Is that clear? So this is how this IC will be able to control both the motors together. So right now I've just asked you to connect one motor. Just try connecting one motor and see, write the program for it and see how it is working. Okay, so just try it, and we'll discuss the table later on for both the motors, how to connect them. Okay, So Sumit has done. So Sumit, you have done it on Tinkercad or just written the code?
Sir, on Tinkercad.
Tinkercad. Okay. So I'm making you the presenter, so you can just show what you have done. Okay, what code you have written. I'm making you the presenter then.
Sir, it is visible.
I can see your screen.
This is the circuit. And
Okay.
this is the motor and this is the IC, sir.
Motor driver IC, yes, I can see it.
ये रहा कोड सर हमारी सर मैंने कनेक्शन दी है सर 11-9 में कनेक्शन दी है इन दोनों को इस मोटर को सर सर ये मैंने 2 सेकंड का डिले दिया है 2 सेकंड इन क्लॉकवाइज एंड 2 सेकंड फॉर एंटी क्लॉकवाइज
Yeah, okay, fine, the code is okay. Great.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You can just end your presentation. Yeah. So others, have you understood that how you are going to program it, and have you tried doing it? Anyone else has completed doing this? Okay, so see the circuit in the Tinkercad software. Okay, so let us add Arduino to it. Circuit. Arduino. Just takes some time. Yeah, and you will require a small breadboard for making the connections. So let's add a breadboard. This is the breadboard. Just let us turn the Arduino vertically. Yes. Now you require L293D IC. This is your bridge motor driver. Just take this IC here. Okay. So you can see here the notch which indicates that it is pin number 1. Okay. And you also let us take a motor, DC motor here. Motor. This is the DC motor we have. Let us place it here somewhere. Yes. Okay. So you can just make 2 of the lines on breadboard as a 5 volt and one of them as a ground. So this is our 5 volt. Okay, we'll provide 5 volt supply supply to all the required components who all require the 5 volt supply. And let's make a ground terminal over here. We'll the second terminal as the ground. Okay, second basically in this breadboard as the ground. This is the ground. So whoever requires ground will just put ground from here. Okay, let's make it black in color. Yes. Now this is pin number 1. This is enable pin, and it requires to be connected to the positive potential. Okay, means to 5 volt. So let's make this connection here. So this is red, 5 volt. Now this is pin number 2. This needs to be connected to your input pin. This is one of the input pins. So let us connect to the pin number. Any digital pin you can take. Let us connect it to pin number 8. Okay, fine. Now the third pin is the output pin. It is to be connected to the motor. So you can just take it out from here. Okay, and connect it to the one of the motor terminals. So let us connect to this terminal 1 of this motor. Okay, and the fourth one is to be grounded. This is the fourth one. So let us ground it. Make it black in color to indicate that this is the ground wire. Okay, let's connect this one also to the ground. 4 and 5 both are ground, so let us give them ground terminal, ground potential basically. And 4 and 5. Okay, then the 6th number pin, it is the output pin, output 2. So that has to be connected to terminal 2 of the motor. Okay, so let us this connection here. Okay, this is your second connection, second terminal, which is to be connected to the motor. And now the pin number 7, it is connected to the digital pin. So let us take it out here and connect to pin number 9. Let's say. Let us change the color of the lines a bit, because everyone, all the lines are going to be here green only. So let us make the input pins which are connected to the purple color. Green are the ones which are connected to the motor. Okay. And now let us take a 9 volt battery. 9 volt battery that is also available here. It's not showing it. Battery. Yeah, here it is. Just place it here somewhere. Yeah, here itself you can place it. Just slightly bigger here. Even. So the power supply means BSS, the motor power supply is to be connected to the positive pin. This is the positive pin. So let us connect the 8 number pin on the IC. Let us make it some other color. Let's say make it brown. Okay, and now is to be connected to the ground terminal. So let's connect it to the ground. Make it black again. Yeah, so this is the connection for this. And now the VCC terminal is to be connected. Okay, it is to be given a positive potential. So just let's make a connection over here to the positive line. This is the positive line. Again, let us make it as red. Okay, and I think the connection is complete here. So has everyone made this connection like I have shown you? So this is the connection to run one motor. Okay, these are your inputs. Input pins, pin number 2 and pin number 7. of this L293D are connected to the microcontroller or Arduino pins, okay, and these are the output pins. All connections are just to give the IC the required power, okay. So let us come to the coding part. Click on code, get to the text part, text coding, okay. The default code written over there. So you have used pin number 8 and 9. So make them as output. So pin number 8 in mode output, and pin number 9 also. The pin mode is going to be output only. Okay. So the only 2 pins of the microcontroller are used to drive one. So that's what required to be used in the setup. Okay. Now digital write. I have told you to just move this motor in one direction for 2 seconds and in the other direction for another 2 seconds. I mean, after a delay of 2 seconds, you can say. So to run the motor, what you have to do, you have to turn one terminal at high potential and the other terminal at the low potential. Okay, so digital write 8. Let us to start with. We are putting 8 at high and 9 at low potential. Okay, and after a delay of 2 seconds, 2000 milliseconds, we are just reversing the polarity. So we are making pin number 9 as high, or 8 as, it was earlier high, so let us make 8 as low and 9 as high. So digital write 9 comma high. So this will simply rotate the motor after a delay of 2 seconds in either direction. Okay, so let us just start the session and see how it is working. You can see here, yeah, so it is moving in one direction, clockwise for 2 seconds, okay, and then isn't it? Let us just do some tinkering here and add a delay, means means stop the motor before moving in the next direction. So for stopping the motor, what do you require? Can you tell me? If I want to stop this motor, what should I write here? Everyone just let me know your responses. That if I want to stop this motor, what is required? What is required to be passed through these 2 digital pins of the Arduino? Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible to everyone? Yeah. So can you just tell me what needs to be, what instruction needs to be given from Arduino to stop the motor? What are going to be the pin values which we have to pass? Okay. So just let me know. Is everyone able to understand or not? Why aren't you giving the reply? Because it should be pretty much easy to tell that what is going to be sent from the Arduino to stop the motor. Obviously, you have seen the edge bridge circuit here. You have seen the edge bridge circuit here. So obviously, what potential, what do you want to give to the motor terminals? Obviously, you can give a 0-0 or a 1-1 also. In both the cases, there will be no potential across the motor terminals. Okay, but the 1-1 condition we generally don't use. We use the 0-0 condition. Okay, so we have to give digital write 8 comma low. Both the pins will go low. Okay, digital write 9 comma low. Okay, and then you can give a delay. Delay is important because otherwise it will be very fast and you won't be able to see the changes. What we are doing, we are moving the motor in one direction, giving a delay of 2 seconds, stopping it for 2 seconds, okay, and then again stopping it for 2 seconds because of using this delay, and then again starting to move it in the other direction, okay. You can see now, is now you can see the shaft stopping and then moving in the direction, okay. So I was asking at that time, Harsh, and you didn't reply. Okay, no issues. I will tell. Obviously, that is my. I will have to tell simply. Yes. At that time when I was asking that, everyone understood. No one is able to reply. No one is willing to write a yes. Yes only means if not, you feel it. You know, what should I say? Means you can't even reply as yes or no whether you are understanding or not. So connections are pretty much simple. It is according to this diagram only, okay. So on L293D, the connections which you have to make with the microcontroller, there are only 2 connections to be made, one to the input pin, one to the input pin 1 and input pin 2, okay. So you just need to follow this diagram, this pin configuration, okay. So I have done what? I have connected this enable pin to the 5-volt supply, okay. You can see here, this is pin number 1. It is given to, it is connected to 5-volt supply so as to enable this part of the IC, okay. Then pin number is input 1. Yeah, pin number is also given here, so there should be no problem here connecting. So input 1 is connected to one of the pins. You can use any of the digital pins from 0 to 13. I have used pin number 8 to connect to pin number 2 over here, okay. This is pin number 2, that is input 1. Pin number 3 is output 1, that is connected to one of the terminals of the motor, and pin number 4 is ground pin, okay. This is ground. It has to be grounded, obviously. Pin number 5 is also grounded, so it has also to be grounded, okay. And then pin number 6, that is output 2. So output, I told you, it has to be connected to the second motor terminal. So this is output 2. Then pin number 7, it is input 2. So input 2 is connected to another digital pin. I have used second pin as D9, that is digital pin 9 of the Arduino. So it is connected to pin number 7, okay. And pin number of L293, okay. And pin number 8, if you see here, pin number 8 is VSS motor supply, okay. So I told you there is an additional pin on L293 to connect the required voltage which will drive the motor. So I have used a 9-volt battery and connected its positive potential, positive terminal to pin number 8 and the ground of this battery to the ground line, okay, which I have made here by connecting to the ground of the Arduino, okay. This will also make it ground, okay, when you are connecting it to the 9-volt negative terminal, okay. So this is the complete connection. So is it understood? And yeah, one more connection is left. That is obviously important because that is the IC power supply. Okay, the IC, you know, every IC consists of a VCC and ground, and you need to provide that supplies so that the IC should turn on. Okay, so the power terminal of the IC, that is VCC, is pin number 16 on L293. It is also given 5-volt supply from this line. So is that clear, Harsh? Harsh Jha? Yeah. So is everyone clear about this? This means everyone understood the concept of working of L293D and how it has to be connected to your Arduino, how it has to be interfaced to your Arduino. Just type a yes if everyone has understood. If you have any problem, you can ask me. Okay, great. So seems everyone has understood. Okay, so since the connection you have understood, the program also has shown you, and let me make that truth table. That will make it more easier for you to understand that what program or what levels you have to give on your Arduino pin so as to make the motor move. Okay, so let me make a truth table kind of thing using the inputs and outputs. Okay, so input 1, okay, which is connected to pin number 8. In my case, I have connected to pin number 8. Now input 2 pin that is connected to pin number 9. Okay, so here I am writing the L29 3D pin number. Okay, this input 1 of L29 3D, and it is connected to my Arduino pin number 8. Here also this is pin of L29 3D, and it is the connection with the Arduino. Okay, now output 1. Okay, this is connected to M1. Okay, motor terminal 1. So you can understand it as, or I will write MT1, so it will be easier to comprehend. So MT1, that is output 1. Output 1 is the pin, pin number 3 of the L29 3D. Okay, and output 2, this is connected to motor terminal 2. Okay, and this is pin number 6 of the L29 3D IC. Okay, so 3 and 6. Okay, these are connected to the MT1, means motor terminal 1 and motor terminal 2. Motor has 2 terminals. Okay, and you can drive the motor by connecting one terminal of the motor to a high level, means a 5 volt, and the other to the low level, that is the ground level. So that is what we are sending from Arduino when we are programming it. Okay, so these are the conditions, and you can write the motion, what motion it will bring it to you when you give some signals. Okay, high or low levels. Okay, so let's see now input 1, if you make it high, since there are 2 inputs and you have 2 signals. Okay, so you can have 4 combinations. So let us discuss all those combinations. So if you are putting input 1 to high, means pin number 8 you are making high. How you will make pin number 8 high? Writing a digital write command, obviously. Yeah, so digital write pin number 8 comma high. Okay, so this you will make high, and let's say you are making this one as low. Okay, so the same the same level will be propagated to the motor terminals. Okay, so around 9 volt, since the supply from supply to the motor is going from the VSS terminal, which consists of the 9 volt battery. So ideally it should be having a 9 volt potential. So 9 volt is going to MT1 and 0 volt is going to MT2. Is that clear? Since it is low, so it will give 0 volt, means 0 volt will be applied to MT2 and 9 volt will be applied to MT1. So in that case, let us suppose motion, obviously there will be a motion, and let us assume that motion is anti-clockwise. Okay, so this is one of the condition in which you will get a motion of the motor, means motor will start moving, and let us assume that it is moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Now what you are doing from programming from the Arduino end, means your program now does what? Let's say it gives you it gives a low to input 1, that is pin number 8, digital write. You will write a digital write 8 low, and you are making input to high. Okay, so what will happen now? In this case, 0 volt will be given to output 1 because it is at lower potential, and 9 volt will be given to input 2 output 2, sorry, that is MT2, and it will become at the higher potential. Means motion will still be there, but the direction of the motion will be just reversed. Okay, because the polarity is now reversed. Okay, now let us take another condition. Let's say low, both of the terminals are at low, means you are giving a 0 volt here as well and a 0 volt here as well. Okay, so obviously in this case there will be no motion and your motor will stop rotating. Okay, similarly at if you are giving a high to both the terminals, it will still not move, because I told you yesterday also, if both the potential both the terminals are at the same potential, okay, at the higher potential, so there will be no potential difference between the 2 terminals. Okay, so if there is no potential difference between 2 terminals in any circuit element, you will not have any current flow, because the current always flows from the higher potential to the lower potential. Okay, so since both the terminals are the same potential, so again it will be a kind of stopping condition, but this is a high impedance state. Okay, we do not get to this state, we do not use this state, because this is a high impedance state, and it is harmful to your motor, because motor has some internally it has some magnet So if you are providing both the terminals at the same potential, so it can create some kind of electromagnetic inductions and interferences and may harm your motor. Okay, so you can give a 9 volt and it can produce some back EMF also because of that. So we generally don't apply both a high potential to both the terminals of the motor. So if you see that you only have 3 states, okay, you can have only 3 states. Either you can put one terminal high, other low, the first one low, second one high, or both of them low. So you will have 3 kinds of motion, either anti-clockwise motion, clockwise motion, or stop. Okay, is that clear to everyone? This table of motion, how to how you can write the code to make the motor move in different directions with different polarities. Is it clear to everyone? Is that understood? Okay.